Hey Tom, check this out. Wow, that's a big old rut pit.
Now look how big it is compared to my bow, and deep.
Big old bull moose, you can see where he's dug out the ground. You know, this used to be level ground. He's dug it out and he urinates in this. Very similar to a whitetail scrape.
You can smell it.
Yeah, and it's a pretty strong odor, and he'll come back periodically and check it, just like a big old whitetail. There's that rub.
Yeah.
This is probably the same bull that made that wall. It looks like a pretty good rub, probably the big bull. Most of the smaller bulls, they rub on the smaller willow trees, but you can smell it. He's rubbed on there and left a scent.
This is a mud hole and a half.
A lot of activity here. This is one of my favorite spots to hunt. You can see these mineral licks bring in all kinds of animals. The great thing about Alberta, you could be sitting here in a big whitetail buck, a big muley buck, big bull moose. Everything comes to these licks. You can see the trails. It's just, they come for miles to get the minerals and the substances that are in these licks.
Yeah, that really ripped this up good. Moose hunting doesn't get enough press. It doesn't get enough credit for how fun it is and how challenging it is. Moose live in thick cover, and they can be very difficult and finicky to call in. Although there's a certain time of the year when these moose can almost throw caution to the wind to the point that they look ridiculous. They come in and they're swaying and they'll just walk right up to just about anything. It is so exciting to hear him call, and Chad puts so much emotion into his cow calls, and you can hear the brush breaking and cracking as these moose come in. To me, there's nothing like the interaction of wildlife. I mean, whether you're using scents and lures to attract a buck close to your stand, or you're calling in a turkey, or to hear a bull elk bugle, moose hunting is just like that when they're calling and it's in the rut. Instead of crossing this big open flat where you think he's going to cross and come right down in front of me for a 40-yard shot, he stays in the sticks. And he's a smart bull because he's a big one. "18 yards, man. What could we have done different? He was right there."
Smart old bugger come around us instead of going underneath of us.
Oh man, I thought we were set up perfect. When I saw those pans coming through the trees, I said, he's gonna come right across that clearing. He's gonna come right to the decoy, right to you. Perfect. You sound so good on the calls, and he bought it hook, line, and sinker, but when he tried to stay in that thick brush and come around us, man, it makes it tough.
Yeah, big old bull, he's being cautious.
Tracking a moose through thick timber is an exciting time because when you know you're on fresh tracks in the snow, you know that they probably ended a big bull. And we happened to get on a fresh set of tracks on an early morning snowfall, and they led us right into the thickest timber.
Hey Tom, this is the bull that I called this morning. I could hear him grunting across the valley. The wind's perfect. We'll just follow these tracks in and just gently call him. Hopefully we can get him to come.
Chad's idea was, let's follow these tracks and let's call once in a while. This bull is with cows, and we're not going to get him to come to a cow call. But if we can pressure him and sound like a bull, maybe he'll challenge us, especially if he's a big bull. It's an exciting tactic. And once we got into these woods and following these tracks, you almost started to realize that something was probably going to happen. We weren't in the woods probably 3/4 of a mile, and Chad spots a cow. And we immediately go into hunt mode. I'm scrambling to get my head net on, to get into position, and he immediately goes into calling. And sure enough, 2 small bulls come in. And with those 2 bulls around us, Chad continues to call. And here he comes. Big bull coming right in, straight in on a string. Hard job.
Yeah. Get hit. Get hit. He's not going far.
Right on the shoulder.
Nice bull. Nice.
My first bull moose.
Awesome.
Chad, you're the man.
Awesome.
How exciting can that be?
That's great.
Listen. Did he go down?
I think he went down.
Yes! Bull moose, 5 trips. Finally a bull moose. Oh man. Incredible. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a great bull, man. Where's your arrow?
There's the arrow. Broke off.
Good penetration.
That's what we want to see.
That's a good blood trail.
Pumping good. Yep.
There he is.
There he is, right there.
Awesome.
Good job, Chad.
Oh,
excellent.
Nice. Oh.
He went about 150 yards. 150 yards. Look at the size of this bull.
Oh my God. There's a big bull.
My first ever bull moose, and he is heavy.
Yeah. He is a giant.
Look at these.
Look at the size of that bull. Man.
Incredible, man. It was finally over. My 5th hunt, and finally got a bull moose, and I was just so proud of that. And Chad was right. He was able to get me on a bull, actually 2 bulls, and I was able to capitalize on the last one. That Canadian bull wasn't near as big as that first encounter, but I was really happy with him. And you know what? Chad, Lenz, and I became great friends and did a lot of other hunts. And I just talked to him on the phone the other day, and we're planning to go on another hunt again soon.